opening bell, round one. Oh, he took that jab well. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. The crowd is dressed to impress here tonight, and the fighters promise to do the same as we cannot wait for this, our main event.
You're getting everything tonight, and you know what? When you're in a theater, you know you've got to perform. There's no cutting corners. There's no making up excuses, because you're going to be so transparent, all laid out there.
They exchange punches. These two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. Trying to land that jab. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. A perfect counter lands. Punch, counter punch. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ear. Here we go for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You are fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Missing with the hook. No rest for the weary. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
There's a counter shot. The straight right just misses. Good counter punching. Good counter punch. This is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Back and forth they go. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. And a round that seemed like... There's the bell for round three. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Beautiful counter shot. straight right, just misses. How about that time counter shot? That counter shot lands. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. Can't find a home with that jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. He is down big time on the score. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Threw a punch and just got countered. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Just misses with that jab. Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bet. There's the bell to start round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
And he scores with the counter. Hook misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice idea with the hook, but that's blocked. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those cut areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
And the takeover's in some big trouble now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no rules. Whoa, wait a minute! Pacquiao is rocked. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and... This is the beginning of round 6. Beautiful counter punch. A perfect counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. We'd like to see more jabs. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around them. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Those counter punches have to hurt. Catch and shoot. Nice counter shot. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. The straight right just misses. One punch could change everything in this battle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao. Here comes round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter lands. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Those counter punches have to hurt. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Perfect punch. Good counter punching. I can't believe it. They are giving up. And that will